Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat sejahtera and good morning. Okay, today we cover on the chapter 1 for subject operation and management. The topic is operation and productivity. Okay, I hope so everyone follow the information in the official WhatsApp group. We already discussed in 1 week about the members of assignments, group assignments, and the details of the every single things in your assignments. Cover on the project 50%. So we have another 10% for quiz. Will be cover for maybe the week 3 after we done cover on chapter 1 and chapter 2, meaning that for quiz for chapter 1 and chapter 2 only. So another 50% is our project. So if you are actually a newcomer in the official group, please make sure that you get the information. So specifically, I already attached about the detailed slide for projects, assignments, that this morning I'm shared the books for operation management and slide for chapter 1. Okay, please refer that information in the WhatsApp group. Okay, and then for week by week discussion on assignment, please discuss in our WhatsApp group. Okay, so if you have not clear regarding on the assignments, about the detail about the assignment, please ask in the WhatsApp group. I need for, I hope so last week, but I add another 1 week, which is this week. I hope everyone should be clear about what you should do for your group assignment for our operation management project. Okay, should be clear. I hope so. I hope, really hope that you are clear in the first week and second week. I don't want any question for assignment. Still, you need to ask what should do. I don't know. I'm not clear about the assignment. Okay, if you have any question on assignment, please ask in ASA group. It's okay if you want to WhatsApp in the morning, afternoon, at night also. So if you are not clear, just ask. Okay. All right, we start for the chapter 1, the topic on the operation and productivity. In this case, if you have any question, you can write down, you can ask the question directly, or you can write in the chat platform. Okay. So if you are not, this is the first time for you using the Zoom platform, we have a chat platform. So you can write down whatever you want to ask, or you want to give opinion, or others. Please use that chat, or you can directly in our live platform. Okay, we straight away the main point for the topic on the operation management. So the most important thing you can read for your from a books that I already share in the WhatsApp group. So I straight away go to the technical part and most important thing as a basic part of the operation management. Okay, so some your friend also have trouble to join our class, still still survivor in order to join this WhatsApp group. I hope so, because maybe line or network is not friendly. Okay, all right, we go the first point is what is operation management. Okay. Okay, this subject is really important. Okay, if you are explore or investigate this operation management, have degree specifically. I'm also the degree on the operation management. My bachelor, my degree is specific bachelor in operation management. So how that I'm study for 3 years about the subject operation management, but we only cover one subject. And only one subject, 3 hours, meaning that just 14 weeks we cover the operation management. So if you think that operation management is simple, and it's actually a lot of things we need to cover on the operation management. That's why for this subject, I invite everyone for our group assignment, do a project. So if you do a project, make it extra, more understanding about this subject, about the operation management. Okay. Because my experience also in not just only the degree, my master also in operation management. I work a couple of the biggest industry. I'm start with the HSBC Bank. I work as the financial services operation in the HSBC Bank in Bukit Bintang. So I'm work also as the HR operations. Now we call that Eon. Last time we called that Jasco. The last industrial experience before I'm joining UPSI, I work as the Kanban engineer and in Produa. So I have little bit experience on the engineering and operation. My background for PhD or doctorate engineering is engineering. So my doctorate is doctorate engineering. Okay, so I want to share with you some my experience, some applied knowledge of operation management. Yes, we learn a basic, but I try to give some example, very basic and reality example in order to understand what is actually most important thing about the operation management subject. Okay. The first word is productions. Okay, the first word is production is the creation of goods and services. Dalam menghasilkan produk dan perkhidmatan in bahasa Melayu. So we have a lot of products. Okay, products is actually direct to customer. Sometimes product we call that a part, item part. And for example, you want to develop a car, for example, you want to develop motorcycle or something, bicycle, okay? So they have many parts, okay? Tire, what else? Screw, and maybe car, you have engines. So we have the battery, okay? So a lamp, what else? Many things, so many parts. So if we talk about the product, it's many type and line of products. Of course, your services also. Some people directly give service to the customer. For example, you entertain the customer like such as counter and counters services. And you go to the counter, you need some assistant. You want to make sure that all the process and requests going smoothly, and you get what we call that customer satisfactions. But in services, it's not just only in terms of directly to the customer. Okay, we have many persons and many person which is manpower. If you work in the operation management, sounds like maybe you're not at the front line on the deal with the customer. I'm also that this is my, it's not we call dream, but I'm friendly work as the backdoor side. Okay, that's why I'm not use tie. Whereas I use the proper image. I don't want, because I friendly. I'm convenience work in the backdoor side. So in term of, yes, this is a technical part, right? This is a technical part, but to deal to direct customer, okay, we have some person that have more capability to entertain, to direct to customer, direct to employee. But I need some projects, so we work as the process in terms of operation management. We actually the most important part of production, meaning that some manufacturing we call that productions. Some government works, maybe we call that technical parts, the process part. Okay, in business, sometimes somehow that we actually the key player. We are actually key player, develop and create a business plan. A lot of idea to set of business plan, all the idea, all the secret and practical plan. You need to work together as a team. So you come up and create and propose something, the very good values. Okay, but in human and the expertise also we need diversified. Somehow you very good in operation. Some people very good deal with the management, with the peoples, such as to supplier or to customer. So they have very good in terms of communication. They are good dari segi physical transparent, good looking, your communication is very smooth, you know how to negotiate, something like that. But for this purpose operation management in this subject, we not cover too many things. I hope so. So we need clear from input, process and output. This is a very important. You should be know what our input, which should be our process and output. So in this matter, in operation management, a lot of terms. When you communicate with the top management, when you communicate with the leader, when you communicate with the networks of supplier relationship, so you should be know that the term, operation term, in term, that's the process. So yeah, I know this subject is not easy actually, because a lot of the technical terms, but I want to share with you that this is some of the knowledge. If you are actually CEO, you are actually managing director, okay, you should know that how that the value chain and value creation in operation is really, really important. Okay, if you want to make a business, if you don't have skill on operation management, how you want to be success? If you have the idea, how to generate the idea? This team, okay, the person that handling on the operation management. So that's why the word, the powerful and value words in this subject is creation. What another example of creation? Okay, I'm grab the opportunity. No, operation management, we not call the grab opportunity, we call that create opportunity. Okay, we actually need to find a job. We call that, we need to find a job. We need to search a job. No, operation management is create a job. Okay, that is some example words. If you learn other subject, maybe such as entrepreneur or management, they will call that. We need to find opportunity. We need to grab an opportunity. So a lot of market. So we need to looking for the competitor. We need to make it balance. We need to make sure that we are actually strong, and we actually have what we call that. We should be a leader in the markets. Yes, this is a good learning for you at the subject. But in this subject, I need to add more things that interesting things that you can learn also part of the process. Okay, a part of the process. So I have many friends on this background management, such as you are actually degree on HRM, degree of management, degree of financial services, degree of what finance, degree about the entrepreneurship. A lot of them, I think that almost 70 to 80% is actually, if you work in the industry, you actually in the front door. But I hope so that I want to increase this number. Sorry, I want to increase the number of operation management also. So we have not many in our senior, our alumni work in the operation management line, such as your senior work in the Proton, your senior work in the retailing, work in terms of bank. Yes, we have the banking, but somehow that mostly work in the making based on the sales, and we need to reach the KPI. But in terms of operationals or the retailing and banking operation, still not many. So I hope so from this subject will be increased a numbers of students that also become another. You can increase the statistic that in our alumni, we are actually increase of numerical or statistical number that work in the operation line. I hope so. I'm pray on that. Okay. So operation management is the set of activities that create a value in the form of good and service by transformation input and into output. So when you go to the meeting, so maybe you want to share your ideas. So whatever your idea, you need to think first. Okay. So what is the actually we call that return and risk? Okay. So in return and risk, you can see also the reality and practically. So in that we call that value. So value, we need to learn two things. Okay. This is a very basic in operation management. Value added, non-value added. Okay. Value added, non-value added. So, okay, let's say you just imagine, okay. Okay, you have one shop lot. You have one building shop lot. You want to start your business. Okay, you want to start your business. And then the first thing you need to structure your business First is your manpower. Okay, you want to hire, for example, HR person, financial person, accounting person, operation person, governance person. Okay, you set up a new business. Okay, we learn many things in our subject. Yes, we need HR, we need financial, accounting, what else, governance, marketing, etc. You want all the manpower should be in our company. But the most important thing is cost. You want to start the business, but you face the cost. Okay, okay. You actually, your financial is not, I think that not stable. Okay, because we just only start our business. Maybe you use one manpower, and kita ada satu pekerja je for beginning. So you add another workers, third worker. So the most important thing, you as the managing and CEO, you should be looking at the capability and the parity. Which person you need to add. For example okay, I'm so lucky because in my surrounding, my uncle, my family and parents, my friend, a lot of them involved in the business line. Okay. Okay, before this, during my degree, I work as the part-time. So in the weekend, I go to the KL in the Ampang area. So I go to, that's my uncle company, work for the business line. We call that business consultant. So I learned the process, but I'm not learned for the business setup. A business startup, or we call that startup of the business. Okay, so when I have opportunity 2015, so I have opportunity to set up business, start from zero. That I think that I learn many things. I learn from degree, my master. I learn because I'm the lecturer. I also the teach about the operation, something like that. So this is a time I need to apply. So the first thing then I learned is actually the setup is business is about the governance. You want to register to the SSM, you want to register Sdn Bhd. So you need to learn of the governance. So because you want to register which the managing director, you want use one managing director, you want to use a couple managing director. So in part of the form, you need to set of the capitals, business capital. So what is actually, you start capital on 100K, for example, 200K, for example. So you want to think about the location, strategic location. So in terms of strategic locations, so you should be think about the rents. Okay, the rent. So maybe in the good process of the business, you need to cover 1 year operating costs. Operating costs meaning that, so if your rent is 5,000, you need to 5,000 by 12 men, meaning 60K and 60,000 for the rent purpose. Okay, so we have a lot of the costs. So you want to hire, at least you start with the one workers. So you want to pay their salary, and then the SOCSO and KWSP also, you need to pay your staff because this is a government requirements. Okay, so when you start the business, also you want to buy what you call the office equipment and table, chairs, something like that, aircon. What else? You need to set up your electricals, lamps. What else? Many things in office, stationery. So this is all the costs. We call that cost. So in this subject, operation management, somehow that maybe I highlight maybe we already learned many subjects, but in this subject of operation management, I want to create something good thinking in terms of decision making. We call that words in decision making. From, if you have the creativity and innovation decision making, so in order to propose the idea, so we always think that this idea is practical or not. So in terms of practical, so that's why this subject we call that operation management and productivity in this chapter. So yes, we are actually still young, so we always think that the productivity, kita nak banyak kan, okay, you want more money, you nak banyak, you can work many time, meaning that you can work from morning at the night, so you have very good energy because you young. So sometimes maybe you can skip breakfast, you can skip lunch because you need to focus your work. So this is the part is what we call that the best part, the best time in your life. Okay, kita tengah muda, tengah kuat, tengah semangat dan sebagainya. So in this matter how, that's why in this subject is become the most important thing I want to share with you. That I mentioned earlier. This is not easy because how that I want to share with you only the 14 weeks. Because I learned this one from degree and master for 3 years. Master another 1 year, which is 4 years. I learned for the subject in theoretical and operation management in 4 years. But today I just share with you only the 14 weeks. Okay. So back to the my point is value added and non-value added. So if you buy something, so this one not create something productivity. Okay, it's something like you buy something. Why you buy this thing? So this is a part of the item of business. You buy this one, you can create the activity, then sale will be coming. And for example lah kan, ada orang we call that in our society, our community use this what we call this sentence. Okay, kita beli kereta untuk bagi duit masuk. Bukan we buy a car for you need to spend more money. Kan? Macam for example student do that. That a very good example. You beli kereta Myvi dan guna kereta Myvi tu sekali-sekala je kan, nak balik kampung ataupun ada kerja nak buat. But waktu-waktu lain tu, so you can boleh sewakan kereta kan. Jadi meaning that you buy a car, not just only you spend a money, meaning that for the monthly bank sewa beli rent tu, you also can get you create a business, you create a what we call create something that become a good financial. So let's say you need to pay 500 per month. So regarding this sewa kereta, you can get another 1,000. But you need to start to think that 1,000 is not the net. Okay, you should be thinking about the monthly services, and we call that repair and maintenance. Maybe you spend 4 months, so repair and maintenance is actually 200. Okay, which is 1,000 deduct 500 because for the monthly rent you need to pay a bank towards banks. Okay, another 200 ringgit for the maintenance. At least you get 300 ringgit per month. So this has become all because that you buy a car, that you get something. Not just you get the car, but you get some generation. Also some people right now buy a house, for example, and maybe this is just example. Okay, we call that terrace house. Okay, dari tingkat bawah dengan tingkat atas kan. So we have the bottom and top. So actually maybe you can rent, for example maybe you need to do some renovation. Right now actually we have house, we call that townhouse. Okay, you stay in the what we call the first floor or in the bottom. For the top you rent to people. For example, you need to pay to the banks, they say 800 per month. Okay, you rent your room actually for maybe you can get 800 also. In the KL, it depends Tanjung Malim or in Kuala Lumpur, but maybe we should think about the positive. You rent with the others people, maybe one room 400 ringgit, 2 room is 400 ringgit, because at the top we have 2 rooms. So actually you can cover for your monthly house and paid in the bank and for the monthly commitment. So that you should be think on that. And you should be think of that. I give you another example that a very basic one. Okay, you want to make it a business. This we call that buy item. This called the item is actually the material. You want to develop one product, you need to buy material. You nak hasilkan baju, kena beli kain. Is it? Okay, kalau you nak buat sos, kena beli botol. Kena beli apa lagi? Kena beli chili. So we call that the material you need to buy, because this material, the next process, you need to processing in order to come up with the end of products. So actually you need to buy the material. Okay, we learn a subject. If you buy item, small quantity, which is if you buy 10, the price per unit, this one. If you buy more, you buy 100 items, okay, the price per unit, this one. Meaning that the business formula, basically, if you buy more, you can get special price. It is. So somehow that we learn of this. It's really good. But you should be think also about this. If you buy more, you need to have space to save and secure your items. So if you buy more thing, so you need to increase your care, meaning that you need to maintenance. You need to have to secure and do some maintenance. So you need to hire people to check your item. If your item is more, so this is a part we call that inventory. So that we start call the warehouse. You need to store and warehouse to save that all the item. So in terms of quality and fresh, if you buy more, maybe take time to sell all the item, or you can use all the item. Maybe the item stay in the warehouse maybe 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. So this will be effect. That's why we learn about defects. Still remember that the last week that I'm highlight, and in the slide also I will mention about downtime. So we'll be make it defect the items, overproduction, meaning that we buy something, maybe you need to have one warehouse to save all the items. Okay, so that's why in operation management we have one terms, we call that just in time. We just buy our material based off the calculation. How about the calculation? You need to have the survey, customer survey. You need to know that the customer demand, or we call that customer requirement. So from this customer requirement, we do some forecasting and predictive. That this subject also we have the calculation, how to calculate the inventories, how we make it forecast, how we learn about MRP, material what is it? Resources planning, MRP. So we have MRP1, MRP2. So we learn many things about that. We call that inventory and the forecasting. Maybe weeks 6, 7, 8. So this part also cover for your final exam. So this is really important. Okay, all right. That's why I need to do some interpretations to make sure you understand for why we need to learn of operation management. Okay, so we can capable to make a decision. Yes, this idea become value added or non-value added. Okay, some people that okay we buy in terms of bundle, we buy a lot. So because we can increase a price, or we can reduce our cost, but you add. Still remember that downtime? Extra processing. That the last word. And down TIME. E, the last 8. Number 8, E is extra processing, which is, yes, you can buy more because you can make it cheaper, you can reduce the cost, but you make extra processing. We need to hire people to handle all the item. You need to invest to renovate, or you need to set up the warehouse. Maybe part is missing, and maybe part is defects. Our quality is going down. Okay, jadi we create the extra process. That in terms of operation management, we always think of that. So please remember, I hope so. And jumpa you nanti lepas tahun ke depan, after 2-3 years, 5 years later. When we have opportunity to communicate, if you work with the management, you can also that what we call that give the some opinions, some argument and justification. When people try to implement whatever the process, you can highlight that. Okay, boss, we can implement this, but we need to think about the defects. We need to think about the extra processing. So in this matter will be increased inventory. Okay, this part is become another overproduction. So I'm happy. I'm happy if our student can be communicate like that. So not just only just the layman's words. Okay, kita beli banyak, dapatlah kos murah. Itu pun tak tahu ke? So itu basically orang yang not learn about the operation management. Okay, if you want to know that, this example, if your friend, your partner asks how to handling this, okay, before we agree, we need to running or implement this matter, how we need to do some analysis, we call that downtime. Why? We need to check that this approach will be increase or reduce defects. Okay, this matter we will be facing the overproduction. How to handling if this our process become overproduction? They will be increase our cost and our quality are going down. So our customer will be reduce the level of satisfaction. So how we need to handling this? It's about the short term, moderate term, and long term. So we will be suffer to what you call that, to make it the customer loyalty in this matter. Yes, in the first stage and or the first phase, we need to tackle our customer in term become a very good, because if you get the very good customer give you complaint, customer give you feedback, something like that. Okay, if the customer give feedback and complain, meaning that you have very good customer. If you actually have the customer no care, tak kisah pun, no give feedback, no complain at all, and that's why somehow that you need to. So if you work in a company, let's say from the interview parts, a panel will ask you for the interview question. Okay, I want to ask you, for example, okay, if you work in the one companies, okay, so you have many customer. Yeah, you work in a company. Our customer is really important that we year by year, so we face many customer. The number of customer are increase and increase. Okay, my question is number of complaint. Number of complaints high is good or less complaint is good? Can anyone can give the answer from the chat? Okay, please write. You rasa komplain yang banyak itu bagus ke komplain yang sikit itu bagus? Kalau boleh bagi justifikasi lah. Apa dalam konteks operation management, so komplain yang banyak itu bagus atau komplain yang sikit itu bagus? For HR juga, ramai dalam HR kan. So if you are actually human resource department of the developments, if you receive more complaints and less complaint, which one better? Yang mana yang bagus untuk company reputation? Maksudnya nak menjadi sebuah syarikat yang established, yang sukses, you need to more complaint or less complaint? Less is good. Fatin Nadia, seorang je. From 38, from here, cuma seorang je respon. Yang lain macam mana? Yes, I get. Okay, Fatin cakap less, yang lain cuma cakap more. Pro and con. Okay, I love that the answer, pro and con. Okay, alright. At least I get your opinion. Yes, more complaint is better, and more complaint is better rather than the less complaint. For example, we looking for the government. Jarang kita jumpa dekat private lah, and kita jumpa dekat government. That kita panggil apa? Peti cadangan peti komplain. And kalau you work in the FPE, for example, in block 10s, in the office, dia ada apa? Yang kaca transparent kan? Peti cadangan kan? We call that suggestions, or if you have any suggestion or any complaint, you can boleh tulis kat kertas, lepas tu boleh letak dalam that box. Okay. In terms of performance, let's say what we call that company audit. Also we need to award, for example, we need to award UPSI as the best university in Malaysia. So I'm what we call that the auditor. So I want to give a mark for UPSI. So my question is, can you show me about your customer complaint? Okay, customer complaint. So if UPSI answer, oh, actually UPSI don't have complaint. If UPSI answer, UPSI don't have any complaint, we give 0 mark. The total mark is 10. For example, the full mark is 10. If the UPSI answer, we don't have any complaint. So meaning that 0. So during your interview, if your answer is, oh, for the best company, we don't see any or we don't face any complaint. Meaning that your interview, maybe you're not success lah if you give the answer like that. Okay. Alright. I give the one case in the Toyota. Toyota is very smart. Okay. They highlight the first thing first. We know that newspaper, media highlight that bila you have the fact, you make it viral. Okay. Toyota claim that they have highest numbers of complaint. They mention in the Toyota manufacturer, sorry, we call that automotive manufacturer and automotive services. We are actually the number one ranking receive higher complaint. And jadi orang yang tak belajar operation management kan kata apa? Kau jangan beli kereta Toyota. Banyak komplain yang dapat daripada Toyota ni. Jadi if you want to buy in Toyota car, maybe many problem lah. Part ke very low in term of service ke, performance is very bad ke, kan? Because of a lot of complaint. Okay, that's a matter lah. Some people that yalah, kita panggil apa sekarang term netizen so a lot of complaint that just to make it what we call that, pemikiran dia tak betul-betul orang kata follow the process lah. So you kalau you learn operation management, kita tak adalah jawab macam orang tak belajar operation management kan. Okay, alright. So the couple of day, maksudnya esok ke berapa hari tu, Toyota keluar lagi satu what we call dekat the news. Okay, 99.9% complaint settle ataupun done at the specific time. Apa maksud dia? If customer give complaint, okay, during, for example lah, during 5 days, what somehow that we call that from 5 working days, all the complaint is settled or completed. Okay. You ada paling banyak. You can, mungkin lah we call that maybe 10,000. 10,000 complaint have been done 99.9% during the specific time. Okey ke tak okey tu? Berbanding customer ada 10 complaint sampai lah tak settle lagi. And in term of process, which one better? You have more complaint, but you can solve the all complaint specific time. Which one better? Rather than you have only 10 complaint, but until now your problem still pending. Okay, if you receive, ni compare, you receive 10 complaint and 10,000 complaint. One customer mentioned that, for example, car lah, your design is not good. Another comments, okay, I suggest that we need more color. Okay, we suggest that we need to change our supplier, tire suppliers. Better pakai because in Malaysia selalu banyak hujan, so better change a tire. So we have a lot of comments. Comment, of course, we have both. We have negative and positive. And complain because our bad services. Sometimes how that they care, they love our car and the branding. So that's why they give the suggestion. So if I'm the panel from the expert, if I'm evaluate to get the 10 marks, in order to get the 10 marks, so that you need to show me that the complaints. Okay, they have actually for the customer is king. They want to show the bad or the good is depends, because whatever subjective matter, customer give the feedback. So the most important thing, you take a actions. You take a action. Okay. When you go the Japanese company services, that's siapa yang the Japanese yang kita boleh nampak selalu. Okay, you go to the Jasco, for example. If you go to the Jasco is just Japanese punya style. Okay, you can see the board. You can see the board, the customer board. Okay, they show the email. So email complaint. Okay, they tampal lah kan. They show they show in their board, customer board. This is the email complaint. So dia tunjuk dia punya respond or solution. Dia tampal lah. So that they want to show to the customer that Jasco is care about the complaint. Yes, you can give many complaint, but suddenly the most important thing that you are actually and solve that problem. You care about the customer. And kalau for example kan, kalau you dah ada anak nanti, You just imagine that you are actually as a parent and father or mother. If you have sons, okay, suddenly your son don't give any comment. Silent je, kat rumah diam je, tak ada apa-apa kan. Jadi, how that the beauty of your life. Kan, sometimes your son we call that, mama masak tak sedap lah, boleh tak masak benda lain. So you get complaint for your sons. Of course like the donation, because you actually one family, of course we need to care. And so your wife highlight to you as the husband, kita pun kena dalam as a family kena terima lah kekurangan yang ada pada kita kan. Dia mention, let's say me lah, and my wife always say that, okay, you ni kalut sangat lah, cuba tenang sikit. So this is a complaint from my wife. And so my son give me complaint. Dia kata, Abah selalu ambil lambat lah kat sekolah. Boleh tak Abah ambil awal? So how come that for tomorrow, boleh tak jadi orang pertama sampai kat sekolah? Jadi that my son is complain with me. Because despite that I love your answer, and we can much better if we have many comment, so we can learn, then we can make an improvement. And that's another thing that you should be. That's why that's another answer is pro and con. I love that the comments. So somehow that we call that depends. Say we have pro and con, but the most important thing, if you want to answer, yes, we have pro and con. Lastly, you need to make it conclusion. Which better, positive or negative? So you tak boleh duduk dekat neutral. You cannot stand the neutrals. Yes, you can suggest, you can mention about we have pro and cons, but in the end, you need to make a decision. Which the decision, which a better. And alright, thank you for your comment in the WhatsApp WhatsApp pula. Apa dekat area chat ni. Okay, terima kasih semua. Okay. Okay, organizing produce a good and service. Marketing. Itulah kita ni satu slide dah sejam dah. Kan? Marketing generate a demands. Production create a product. Finance track how well organization doing, pay bill, collect the money. So kita tengok yang tiga ni essential. Kan? Tiga-tiga ni kita dah belajar kan. I think that ada siapa-siapa yang tak belajar tiga ni tak? Yang nombor 2 kita belajar hari ni kan, operation management. So you have take a subject of marketing. So you take a subject of finance or accounting. Kita dah ambil kan tiga ni kan. So from sekolah menengah kan, ada yang ambil sekolah STPM, matriculation, maybe certificate, diploma also you have done this subject. Okay? So if I'm work as the production and operation, I'm not compare. Kita lagi bagus from marketing, we are bagus from financials. Except that we actually not compare. But we still have but. This we call the reality. Okay. If you work in one organization, I give example in Produa. And Produa manufacturer is dekat Sungai Choh, Rawang. And kilang Produa, yang kilang dia ada dekat Produa Sungai Rawang. Saya kerja di situ dulu. Okay. Alright. Yes, I work in the production. I work in production. So production tak best lah kan, bising kan, abuk sana sini, pakai baju putih selalu kotor, kena pakai safety boots. So we always work kan, selalu kena maki, kena marah and something like that. We need to very work as fast. Orang dah balik, kita tak balik lagi. So because operation is most important thing in term of business. Okay. Marketing, duduk dekat HQ, duduk dekat aircon, duduk dekat meja, depan PC, something like that, the marketing works. So you can deal with the client, we can work to the supplier, something like that. You can pergi makan tengah hari, kan? On production mana boleh keluar makan tengah hari, makan dalam tu je semua makan dalam kilang. Macam kantin kita panggil. So production, dia punya breakfast, lunch dia semua dekat kantin. But for the marketing, duduk dekat HQ dengan aircon dan sebagainya, something like that. So they maybe they have certain part. Or finance also do the same thing lah. Yes, finance ni dia work dia orang kata by season lah. Kalau year end tu memang dia orang sibuk. So dia ada yang waktu peak, ada yang waktu yang bertenang, ada yang waktu yang relax sedikit. So my first experience in Produa, I always think that marketing and finance ni senang lah duduk kat aircon. So it's something like that. Okay. The critical part we call that bonus. We call that bonus. Okay. When a bonus is something like, for example, marketing department get what we call that 12 months bonus, 1 year bonus. If you are salary 5,000, kalilah dengan 12, you dapat bonus 60,000. Okay, in private, our bonus memang besar. Kalau you kerja government, RM500 je bonus. Kalau you work from the industry, you can get maybe 60K for the bonus yearly. Or our production, because of course lah production, somehow people looking at production ni banyak masalah lah. Kenapa pun production? Also, we face a defect or something like that. So we have problem, shutdown. So we have the maintenance problem. We have production, ordering, receiving problems, our warehouse problem, our system crack, our system not perform better. So that's why our production have certain matters. So finance department, we always think that dia selalu balik malam, and kadang-kadang kerja orang cuti dia tak cuti, something like finance accounting, we call that the professional certain matters yang whatever pun kalau you nak bonus, dia orang lah kena release financial accounting. So in my experience 2005 or 2004, marketing get I think 11.5. Okay, finance accounting get 11.5 also. For productions department only get 11s, meaning that our missing 0.5. You just imagine 0.5 also figure in terms of bonus. So they become another point lah. And maksudnya sebulan gaji kalau 0.5 tu is something like separuh gaji lah, maksudnya RM3,000 lah. So RM3,000 tu banyak tu. Kalau you calculate one person, one employee. Kalau you calculate 10,000 employee, how many? So 0.5 is also the big numbers. So the situation that we not agree lah. We not agree. Why production cut a bonus? Why marketing and finance and accounting they have get more bonus? Somehow that we work in a production always unhappy because why other department get more bonus? Okay, from the industry they are calculate different. They are not calculate for HR because that's why I touch this subject. Okay. For example, in terms of bonus, yes, some process of organization give the bonus based on the department. Okay, somehow that others organization give a bonus based on the person. Okay, Fazli, you get 10-month bonus. Hashim, 9 months. Siti, 12 months. So they are actually calculate from the personal atau we call that individual performance. So that's why when I'm start work in the Produa that I feel is not apa we call not friendly lah. Why actually we are split, we actually what we call difference department have difference bonus. Okay, so time to time, so work and work, so I'm become more we call that more matured. So somehow that we just only work better and improve time to time for our department. We just only focus on the production and operation. So because why? So marketing also have skills. So kita nampak macam marketing duduk kat account kan, but the most important thing is actually when I learn about the research. Okay, kalau orang nak belajar research, you tahu if you nak memberi what we call that tumpuan, if you want to focus, you need to stay in the conducive what we call that macam suhu yang sesuai lah, macam duduk dalam aircon lah. If you want to focus, you kena duduk dekat bilik per-aircon. Sebab tu accounting, finance kena duduk bilik aircon. Sebab dia nak kena fokus. If you stay dekat panas, you susah nak fokus. But production in operation is become the technicals. So dia kena banyak selalu fikirkan, kena buat decision cepat. Dia banyak masalah, hari-hari ada masalah. Bila dia banyak kena menjana idea. So menjana idea dia tak sesuai duduk dekat aircon. Kan macam artis kan nak melukis, dia kena duduk luar. Kan kalau macam saya sendiri, kalau saya nak dapatkan idea, saya keluar rumah, pergi kedai kopi ke minum ke, kat situ dapat release idea. Jadi kalau if I need to focus, that's why I need yang conducive room. Baru kita faham, oh patutlah marketing, finance duduk kat aircon sebab kerja dia more on focus. So we punya tu kita macam idea generation, we need to more decision making. So we need to kalau kilang pasang aircon, jadi dia tengah buat kerja pasang skru boleh tidur. Kan? Jadi that we start to match it something like that. So in this why I'm highlight and share in this some experience. So in order to organizing the produce good and service, we actually not blame, but we need to work together to integrate all the department, because we need to achieve our mission and vision. So another keywords that we need learn in this subject also, how that we, yes, I know that you have already learned what is vision and mission. So in terms of operation management, we have very clear on vision and mission. Siapa pernah kerja kilang? Okay. So if you work in the manufacturing, okay, let's say you have what name card. Okay, name card. Selalunya kita akan jadi name card tu akan jadi punya punch in and punch out, something like that. Very clear kan, kadang-kadang dekat belakang your cards, your staff cards tu, dia list your vision and mission. The best thing is their vision and mission too short. Tak berjela-jela orang kata. And that very clear. What is your vision? What is mission? Every workers can still remember easily. Not just only our what we call that permanent staff, our cleaner, our supplier, our what we call that. I'm sorry they use a words kan. Kadang-kadang we have the international kan. Kita punya apa? Yang Pak Guard tu, security tu. Also not from Malaysia, others country also can easily learn and understand what our vision and mission. So if you go to the manufacturing, you can ask with the what we call that Pak Guard tu, you can ask the question. Okay, can you share with me what is this manufacturer vision and mission? Dia boleh answer. Kan? Minta maaf you boleh pergi dekat sekolah. You tanya Pak Guard, you tanya cikgu, you can ask the student apa visi dan misi sekolah. Somehow kita tak boleh nak jawab. And if you are a student in UPSI, and honest je, kan? Siapa yang tak hafal visi dan misi UPSI? Saya angkat tangan. I'm the one person yang difficult to understand our vision and mission in UPSI. Kat mana nak tengok visi dan misi UPSI? Kan? That we call that. Yes, we have, but somehow when we receive a complaint, that we can be improved. If you want to the success in business, it's not just only we as the top management. Yeah, top management set the vision and mission. Okay, but the most important is communication link. You need to make sure all staff and employee should be clear and understand vision and mission. Not just only employees, your suppliers also. Your business partner also, your customer, potential customer, our competitor also know. So that's why that somehow that I'm just to observe. I'm not say that we are actually it's not good. This is a part of the improvement. Okay, I'm also not good, so a lot of things I need to improve. Okay, I'm just to observe. Somehow I go to the school. Panjangnya vision dengan mission ni, something like that. The best, because I looking for the industry. So if they want to set up the vision and mission, too short, very direct and very simple. So that's why just because when you go to the one organization, of course lah, buka annual report ke, you go to the building, the main HQ building, so you can we will be faced that, oh, this vision and mission. Okay, so we know that what is actually the driven this company, what actually goal you want to achieve. So what the most important thing, if you work in this organization, so that what term you need to focus. That's why if you want to go to the interview, I'm agree. If you want to work, so you want to go to the interview, please remember and understand what the vision and missions. That somehow that, oh, kenapa nak tahu vision and mission? Because you want to work in this organization. If you actually become a conflict, you are actually not become assist, but you actually it's not the right or you call that in the not the right directions. Okay, so that's why somehow that it's not us directly, but the way you give the answer, we can clear that. Okay, this guy learned about this organization. They know that if they work in this organization, they can easily work together can handling the very good positive environments. Okay, easy to work as the team works. So they know that what actually our organization looking forwards. And okay. Anything if you want to share or give opinion, you can write something in the chat. Okay. Okay. This is something like very basic lah, very basic. Then we call that it's not just static or fixed. So this depends on organization something somehow. So we just to looking at the how that we call that align and integrated between operation, finance, and marketing. We not call that operation is much important compared to finance. Finance is better from the marketing. Okay. If I make it three, for example, your final exam, let's say, so I ask you that which department are most important and critical. So maybe from that question, maybe you think that operation, because we learn our subject operation management, you answer the operation management. Somehow that I just trick the question. So the most important thing, I don't want the answer about the operation, but the answer that how that you need to give the justify. Yes, operation is important, but in order to achieve our vision and mission in organization, we need to work together. Whatever task and activity and its operation is depends. This actually dependables from finance, accounting, auditing, marketing, trust department. Example, we should have very good relationship. We should have very good linking in terms of communication and feedbacks, and also from daily tasks and operations. Daily operations. Okay. Just to show that integrated. Tak ada apa kat sini. Ini pun sama lah, airline, something like that. Ini manufacturing. So example of the type of the business. Okay. Okay. So we have another one chapter. So because this chapter is actually introduction for others chapter in operation management. So chapter 1 and chapter 2 is introduction. So we cover chapter 1 and chapter 2 is something like the basics, what we call that operation management. So I hope so that you need to read. You need to finish your slide by slide through that personally, and because I'm not have enough time to cover everything in chapter 1 and chapter 2. But chapter 1 and chapter 2 is actually directly, if you not understand, it's okay. For example, supply chain, we have one chapter focus in supply chain. For sure lah, this supply chain, maybe you should be focused for final exam. Maybe one question become from one question will be propose. That I call a propose. Maybe propose for your final exam in one question about the supply chains. Okay, because I think that operation management, one the important thing is you should be know about the supply chain. Okay, so the global networks. Yeah, now we talk about the global. Okay, nowadays it's become technology. We can easy to communicate with the worldwide platforms at the global networks. So before this, we always think that we have problem to get the materials. Yes, the material you cannot get from Malaysia, but you can buy from India, from Thailand, and something like that. So if for example, the food industry, we actually buy a material a lot from India, from Thailand, from Indonesia, because we not enough in terms of the material. So this is a part of in Malaysia, we should be think and work out. We need to make it critical action, because we have the problem on the production. In the food industry. So kat Malaysia, salah satu industri yang kritikal adalah food. Kita tak cukup makanan sebenarnya kat Malaysia. So we still depends on others country. For example, kita makan nasi, beras tak cukup. So negara Thailand will be supply on the beras lah, ataupun nasi, rice. Okay. So others thing also in Malaysia we call that bawang. Bawang orang Malaysia kalau tak makan bawang boleh mati kot. Something lah. Kita nak makan sedap kena ada bawang. So honestly bawang from India. So memang kita tak ada bawang. We don't have onions. So we actually import from the India. So India also don't have enough what we call that palm oil. Minyak kelapa sawit dia tak ada. So a lot of the business generation, transport generation, that you need oil, specific in palm oil. So India need this one material. So they become, we call that collaborative country, collaborative materials. So in terms of Malaysia is actually export to the India, the palm oil. and then from India supply the onion in Malaysia. So, but in Malaysia we need to critical think that how to start in terms of plantation and agriculture to think about we need to start in terms of planting onion, for example. And but it's depend on weather, something like that lah. Okay. So this part also, that's why the quote is a global networks, okay, of organization and activity that supply a firm with the goods and service. Member of the supply chain collaborate to achieve high level customer satisfaction, efficiency and competitive advantage. For example, kita for a student, kalau kita in the office, kita face that the material like the stationery and stationery. So sekarang ni Malaysia manufacture tak kita punya stationery tu, because you can buy from China. Okay, for example, from stationery you can buy from directly to China through the technology and online platform. The price much cheaper. In this method also from China also they have make innovation. So if you want to labeling, you write something. For example, I'm order, let's say this is my experience. I'm order pen drive. Okay, around 5,000 pen drive. Okay. From 1,000 pen drive, so in the pen drive also I have need to customize. I need to some what we call the branding or write something at the pen drive. So the price is much cheaper. If I buy the pen drive in the Malaysia in the local, and I'm what we call that we investigate also this shop or this company also buy a material from the China. So because the cost is much cheaper compared if you develop itself and develop self. Jadi it's become we calculate a cost. So that's a matter how Malaysia nowadays we actually depend of the global network. If you don't have the global network of relationship, so maybe your cost will be increased. Jadi nak beli sebatang pen pun mahal lepas ni. But if you think that it needs not happen, will be happen. For example, if Malaysia don't have a very good relationship with the China, for example, this is an example. For the study, we need to think about the example. So we actually don't have relationship with the China. So lepas ni nak beli sebatang pen mungkin RM10. And this is not orang kata impossible. It become possible. Okay, because so we don't have manufacture, we don't have expert. So if you want to this pen, so you need to buy a lot of supply chain items. So because part by part, so in order to build one pen, maybe increase the cost. Jadi kita beli sebatang pen RM10 pasti. And so that's why the food price is increased because a lot of the food actually based on the onion. So that's why kita punya harga makanan mahal lah. Jadi bawang memang mahal lah. It's something. Okay. What else? You can looking forward. So from your assignment also that we need to choose which industry. Somehow that's why I discuss about foods. Somehow I discuss about plantation. Somehow I discuss about manufacturing because I believe that for your assignment, maybe from of you, maybe choose for the fast food industry, and other of you choose the manufacture, and maybe go to the plantation industries or something like that. Okay, so in this part, you need to discuss with your clique members to discuss which specific company you want to make an interview. At least you get some experience sharing about the process implementation, what we call that benefits and some improvement time to time need to improve for the downtime project. Okay. Okay, member of the supply chain collaborate to achieve high level of customer satisfaction, efficiency and competitive advantage. This is a really good term. We need to repeat using. So customer satisfaction sangat penting. So when you deal to the customer and our we call that output, this is customer satisfaction. So we hope that these products or services will be increase the customer satisfaction. Efficiency, this is a process. So if you want to increase the quality, it will become efficiency. You want to increase the productivity, it's efficiency. You want to increase your value added, this is efficiency. Okay, so efficiency is really important. So you become too efficient. If you think about the productivity, if not efficient, you increase the cost. And you do the relationship with supplier is not efficiency, also waste time, and increase the cost also. And so competitive advantage is good. And when you're looking the competitor, for example, you looking the competitor, so you always think that, so we need to improve time to time, okay? Because customer have option, rather to buy from the company A or company B. So company A is our company B is our competitor. So customer have options. So we always need to think that make it innovation, handling very good in terms of communication to customer, to make sure that our customer choose for the company A, not our competitor company B. But we need always what we call that, still make it improvement and innovation, because the company B also do the same methods, and company B also always looking and investigate our competitor that in order to improve in something like that. Okay, somehow that in the same line organization, for example kita dekat Tanjung Malim ni Proton kan, so in Tanjung Malim we have the Proton. So if you I need to add some information lah and knowledge. Okay, somehow in Malaysia, manufacturer car automotive in Malaysia from local, meaning that from Malaysia is Produa and Proton. So this is my observation. Sangat susah nak jumpa pekerja Proton masuk Produa. Yes, the number yes there, tapi the in terms of numbers not many. But from Produa masuk ke Proton is something like, it's not we call that easy, but the Proton, we can say that open to the Produa join the Proton, because actually when we talk about the Produa employee, that we know that the certain experience in terms of the process, in terms of technically maybe expertise, we actually not compare. But we as the organization should be know which better. Kan macam main bola sepak pun ni kan, Selangor beli player Perak sebab kita nampak player Perak is very good in this matters. Kuala Lumpur ambil player daripada luar negara, because bukan dia tak ada trust untuk dia punya employee, tapi nak become more efficiencies and more efficiency. It's somehow that this guy is really good. Okay, when their works, their performance is moderate. When one expert, for example, one expert join in their organization, they become, okay, this is a very good partner, and they have easy to develop the chemistry. So they're much better when work together with other peoples. And saya mengaku, saya in somehow I'm good work as a team. And jadi kalau tanya saya lah macam assignment kan, saya tak sure lah, in student sangat susah nak jumpa. For example, in this class operation management, if we ranking ada nombor 1 hingga nombor 38 lah kalau kata for the exam oriented. So we can say that, okay, this one guy number 1, number 2 based on the exam oriented. So group 1, maksudnya group nombor 1 tu you pilih orang yang best. Nombor 1, 2, 3, 4 best student in our class is group 1. Kan? You tak, how you choose your friends? How you choose your friend as the team members? Maybe, okay, I need this guy as my team member because we easy to make it what we call that discussion. So somehow that they can receive my idea, then they also can receive the idea. We can blend together. We easy to make it a decision. And jadi everything is going smooth. So every single things have expertise. So yang ni suka runner, this one they have very good networking. So they have very good business. Mungkin they have family or friend networking from industry. So easy we access to organization. We have one team member is actually very good in computing. They type laju, they very fast typing. They have easy to editing and what we call that infographics. So they know how the technical to find good journals, good articles, do documentation, and that one your another friend is good in presentation. Kan? Sebab saya dah bagi rubrik kan. I have already sent you rubrik about the project. So you should be know that siapa yang bagus kat presentation, siapa yang bagus find the companies, siapa yang bagus in term buat reporting. Somehow that we need to work together because I also have a mark on in term of the teamwork. So I hope so that so this assignment group also the indirect thing that you can learn about the operation management, how that we should be understand in order to complete your project in operation management 50 marks. So team member is really important, and team member is really important. Okay, all right. Okay, why study OMs? OM is one of 3 major functions of any organization. We want to study how people organize themselves for productive enterprise. Okay, mungkin sekarang mungkin nampak macam tak perlu tau. Kan? Kalau macam saya memang macam mana in that, because you explore many type of the management, for example. Okay, from one theory, one philosophy, and one principle. So from plus you experience little bit. My style is Japanese style. From US style, we have German style, and Japanese style is something like Malaysia style. For work purpose, I'm friendly for the Japanese style, and that's why we have one box. We call that Toyota box. We have the collection of Toyota. Okay, until now, when we go to the way something like the office, sometimes kan in the newspaper or TV, televisions, they interview one person. Somehow they interview person to in their office or at home. So their background maybe their desktop tables, or maybe what we call that, their backdrop dia apa, rak buku kan, something like that. So in my observation, always think that apa buku yang dia baca, what actually book they refer. So I have a what we call the Malaysia thinker and decision maker. I always find that they read book from Toyota. They read from the Toyota. That I know that if this guy book from, do we have the how many? Actually, for the basic, you need to read 3 books from Toyota. Toyota Kata, 14 Principles of Toyota. So we have a lot of the Toyota books. So from this book, actually, we can know that this guy, if they are making decision, bukan buat decision based in emotions. They should be calculate, and they always think that, oh, this part, if we run, maybe become defect. So they always think that the principle is in Japanese, we always need to analyze before you make it decisions. So this subject, operation management, is whatever you want to make a decision, you need to start from the idea. So identify the factors. So we need the formulation. So we need to calculate. Suddenly we get the decisions. So we need to blend in terms of subjective and numerical also. And okay, this one, manager organization, something like that. Okay, all right. Option for increased contribution. Okay, all right. This one, it's okay lah. Just tengok je lah. Ini the financialnya part lah, sales, cost, gross margin, final cost. This is the basic lah. That this one also little bit depends on the countries, because we refer book from overseas, so it's actually not tally from the Malaysia practice. Malaysia practice also we have the tag, something like that. So it's depend on organization also, somehow that the figure is make it simplify other what we call that, once companies they have actually specific the detail of the items. But the accounting part is actually one company to another company, maybe the practice is different. If you work as the finance and accounting in one organization, yes, you need to know the basic, but somehow you need to fast can follow the environmental and practice in that company. So maybe they use the different item and different software. In the organization, they use software. So accounting, they have they have many software. So you learn one software. During in UPSI, you just learn one software. But you go to the practice, they use another software. In order to to learn one software to another software, you need to make it fast. Kena cepatlah belajar kan, supaya you can know that the should be the flow and the practice are tally with your understanding. And to challenge sekarang ni, kalau orang tanya sekarang, this really important, the software, yes, you should be know that in HR, for example, that the assignment in HR should be covered, not our assignment lah, other subject HR. So you should be know that what strategy or tactical or software that the company use. If you work that as a company, we start learn right now. If you learn the software sejak sekarang, bila you nak kerja nanti senang sekali, because you know that this company use that software. So the easy to assess, easy to understanding the process of the organizations. Okay, what's operation manager do? This another thing, planning, organize, staffing, leading, controlling. So I check your background, maybe you have goods in terms of HR. So planning, organize, staffing, leading, controlling is actually basic management. So this one also, we need still remember that operation management also from family of management. So we still follow, and we should have the very basic this principle. Don't missing this. You buat operation management tapi tak boleh elak buat planning. So you do operation management but you need to organize. You do the operation management but you need to handling your staffing. And you do the operation but you need to leadings. So you do the operation management, you need to controlling. And jadi this one become a basic of all type of management, include operation management. And okay, this another thing. So just this one will be covered for the next chapter. Okay. So what time? Okay, we have another 30 minutes. Design of good and service, define what is required of operation, product design, determine a quality, a sustainability, and human resource. Okay. I want to share one examples. Okay. New product and sustain product. We call that design. This part of design. Design is something like we should be think the process. Somehow we call that start to end. Okay, process number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Let's say you have 20 steps, 20 process, and process 1, 2, 3, and 20 process. In order to make it improvements, time to time, to make it sustainability, okay, the new product, you should be follow 20 steps. In order to make it improvement, we can reduce a step. From 20 steps, we can reduce 19 steps. This is a part of the what we call that if you work in the production or quality manager or production manager, we need always think how to reduce a cost by reduce a process. But the reduce the process, quality still increase. And costing also reduce or maintain the material, meaning that the cost and material is maintained, but you can reduce the time. And that part, okay, it's okay. We do the some improvement. Okay, we can reduce the cost. For example, the process, you deal with the supplier. You buy one materials, but the material is quite expensive. Right now, your supplier increase the cost of material. You need to start to work to find that the global supplier. Then suddenly you find that India, and country India, they can give you another alternative items much cheaper and international recognized. Meaning that yes, the price is cheaper, but the quality is good. Yes, we can change our supplier. First, you can reduce a cost, and then for the value added, you can increase the quality. So another thing is really good. We have partner with the international, meaning that this is a good part of positive collaborative. Meaning that so we can engage from the India business. So from one supplier from India, maybe you can get more another supplier. Okay, so that's part we always think about the improvement. Okay, somehow that. The basically somehow we always think to add. Apa lagi nak tambah ke office ni? Kita selalu fikir macam tu kan? Because if your financial is good, you always think that tukar langsir lah, tukar cermin lah, tukar tal dah. I don't know how. ni my honestly lah, think about positive lah, somehow that when we looking for the governments, Malaysia governments, when they do some of the pembangunan and development is something like what we call that in the office place and organization place, somehow we can see that tal tu elok je lagi kan, tal tu yang apa, yang simen tu lah kan, dia pasang tal tu, marble tu kan, dia set up the marble and tiles is, I think that the condition is still good and still good, but suddenly dia rosakkan ataupun yelah kena pecahkan lah, kena ganti baru kan, so you need to pecahkan dan gantikan tal baru. Mungkinlah tal baru tu lagi cantik, tapi the most important thing, if you work in organisation, you can calculate usia untuk perkara apa tal ni boleh bertahan lagi 20 tahun. Kan? Tapi kenapa you nak tukar lagi? Kan, something like that. When you go to the office, nak nampak cantik kan? For example, tukar pintu lah, tukar kaca lah, something like that. I'm sorry that this purpose I'm not called the value added, non-value added. Kan? Non-value added. Kalau you ada dekat rumah, perasan tak? Kan? Kalau saya dekat rumah saya ni, perasan is that somehow that what we call that contractor from the majlis daerah and jalan raya rosak tampal. Jadi that's become what dia improvement yang dia buat. Datang 2 bulan sekali tampal, bocor tampal. That not the solve the problem, that's become routine. When become a routine is actually you increase the extra processing. This is not operation management. It should be think that they solve a problem, not become a routine. And routine, yes, it's much practical. Kan? Dulu routine. Every night, you baca satu buku, chapter 1. You baca chapter 2, chapter 3. So become practically. And become practically. So when you came our class today for chapter 1, and second time, if you want to read again for the chapter 1, it's not read A to Z. You just pick up another chapter, another section that you need to refer a books to much more understanding. So this become a practical. It's not just routine. Baca tak faham. It's something like, yelah, it's good in terms of effort. They read and read. But in terms of operation, something wrong here. Baca tak faham. It's something wrong here. You need to improve. Okay. So we have one chapter, I think chapter 5 in managing quality. So we have managing quality. So our assignment is cover for chapter 5. And so Lean's projects is actually is chapter 5 and managing quality. Determine of the customer quality expectation, establish policy and procedure to identify and achieve their quality. So why I choose this assignment on this topic, managing quality? So I think that is good for operation in UPSI student in faculty management economic. So I think that if I choose another project for such as project management or predictive or forecasting MRP, I think that you are actually not engineering background. So I think that if I choose chapter 1 and chapter 2 as an assignment, I think quite very basics, so much theoretical. So that's why I choose the managing quality, because I can see that a lot of the management students, when they go to the manufacturing, the post is based on the quality post. Work as the what we call that quality and a production department, and work as the purchasing assistant. You work as executive of the quality control. So you work as the logistic executive. So this part of the quality. So that's why the reason why I need you go to the one company, learn many things. So understand about the operation. So inshallah, if you have opportunity, sit for the interview and work for the operation line industries. Okay. Process and capability design, location strategy. This is we have certain chapter after this. So main section, specific chapter after this. It's not only covering chapter 1. So other chapter also we cover specific on the process and capacity design and the location strategy. Okay. Somehow that if you always think about the strategics, okay, there are actually two term difference between strategy and strategic. Between strategy and strategic. Okay. I can offer you a books if you want to learn about the strategics. So if you want to buy a book, I can sell one books, very not expensive. The market price is 20 ringgit because you are actually my students. I can give you more discount if you want to buy a books. I just sell around 12 ringgit if you want, and if you want the books, the market book is 20 ringgit. Jadi if you want buy this book, I can sell a book the 12 ringgit and 12 ringgit only. If you want to buy this book, you can learn about because this is my study about the strategic. Not many people can be easy understand about the strategy. I always face that they are actually not clear what we call the strategy. Okay, actually strategy, we have four main dimension. The first is how you translate your strategy. The first thing, when you can check the organization. For example, top management lah. Top management dekat universiti apa? Our VC, our TNC, NA, ATCPI, our TNC, HCP, so our deans, our head department. This is a top management, okay? Top management. So in this top management, always think about the strategy. So we call the level of management, strategic, tactical, operational, okay? So in this part, you always think that we need to improve this, we need to develop this, we need to increase KPI, we need to do this one, do this, that, okay. But the problem is actually that all the community in UPSI get that information. Meaning that you have strategy that you are actually translate to the community. Apa yang top management faham, sama tak cleaner faham, pelajar faham, lecturer faham, support staff faham. How you translate your strategy to all the community. Jadi apa yang top management nak buat, orang bawah tak faham, kita kata that organization is not strategic. That number one. Number two, if you want to declare that, oh, our company is strategic, is communication linking. Communication linking meaning that, so you have information and you have news, you need to spread the news, then everyone receive one informations. Oh, fakulti ni this understanding, kan kita ada kelas kan, operation management, kita ada group A, group B, group B faham macam ni, group A faham macam ni, something like that. So still lacking of misunderstanding. That's another point. Number two is communication linking. This part we cannot success or achieve the strategy. Number three is about planning and target setting. Planning, you should be plan. Oh, ini yang ramai orang buat. Everyone plan. Tapi you not setting a plan. You kena set. Oh, this plan kita panggil apa? Plan, dia panggil plan target setting. Jadi you should be plan, you should be target. Okay, di plan bila nak buat, siapa nak buat, and bila deadline. So that we call that plan and target settings. We always plan, but you don't have target settings. That become no strategic. And yang kita kata kot, oh, you always think but no action. And something orang kata macam tu kan, you always think but no action. Tapi ayat paling tepat adalah planning and target setting. You should be plan and target the setting. If you not target the setting, target setting meaning that specific. Siapa yang nak buat, bila nak buat, macam mana nak monitor the progress, what the next after this. Okay, last kali that we already discussed about the complaint. Strategic feedbacks and learning. You get complaint from the customer and then you give the response. And this is very important. Complain tak apa, banyak tak apa, but you need to give the strategic feedback. Of course, janganlah bagi macam jawapan macam melepas batuk di tangga kan. But you need to very nice strategic feedback with your clients. The last part is learning. Manusia kena learning. Manusia harus belajar. Setinggi mana pun, you need to learn to improve. We humans, you are not perfect. So time to time, you need to improve that you learning. That the words is strategic feedback and learning. I repeat, the first thing is clarify and translate strategy. If you not clarify and strategy, for example, kata you jadi boss nanti, kalau you ada strategi, you simpan you not give the information to the all staff member, your staff member satu kepala dengan kita will understand whatever we need to achieve, and kita kena bagi tahu apa kita punya visi dengan misi, semua orang tahu. Okay, bukan dalam organisation, jadi semua orang pun tahu. Kalau you jadi mak dan ayah dekat rumah, so kita ada visi dan misi, make sure anak semua kena tahu. Bukan setakat tahu, clear. Clarify and translate strategi. Gunakan bahasa yang orang bawah boleh faham. That number one. Number two is communication linking. No misunderstanding. Ada yang tak dapat, ada yang dapat maklumat yang salah, and something like that. Call ke, surat ke, email ke, fax ke, book ke, guideline ke, SOP, whatever that we call that communications, it should be has actually kena linking, kena sama, semua dapat benda yang sama. Number 3 is actually plan. You should be plan and target setting. Number 4 is actually strategic feedback and learning. Tak ada 4 ni. If you don't have this 4, jangan mimpi lah kata that's organization is strategic. Okay, itu strategic. Okay, another term is we call that strategy. What organization strategy use? Yang ni kita punya assignment tu. Okay, this organization use lean strategy. Okay, this company using TQM, Total Quality Management Strategy. This company using Six Sigma strategy. So this become the strategy. So strategy is different with the strategic. Apa strategi yang kena buat? Okay, saya nak pakai lean. Okay, if you using lean strategy, jom let's do. Let's do lean strategy. Bila nak lean strategy, kita akan cakap, in order to success lean strategy, kita kena strategik. Nampak? Jadi, nak capai strategi, kita kena strategik. Because why? If strategik, kalau tak nampak visi dan misi, strategik tak boleh buat kerja. And strategi ni vision lah. So strategi ni, another words we call that, this is a vision and mission. So if you have the vision and mission, in order to make sure your vision and mission is success, you need strategic. Kita nak translate. Kita kena jelaskan. Kita nak buat lean strategy. You need to clarify and translate strategy. Semua workers kita kat sini tahu apa tu lean strategy. Okay, lean strategy ni a lot of communication, a lot of the fact, a lot of the information. You need to communicate with the people. Okay, this lean strategy, in order to implement, we come out the SOP. So this SOP have the 10 step. Every employee understand the 10 step. So every employee do the same methods. Okay, that become the very good communication linking. So we should be plan. We need to plan together. Everyone agree and understand about the plan. So everyone know that, this is our time. This is our specific time kena done. So everyone have very plan and target setting. So everyone learn every day. So improve, and then you should have learnings. You get some feedback from your boss, feedback for your team, from click, for your customer also. Itu kena pegang Kalau orang tanya pasal strategi dengan strategi, you tak faham karate nanti. Kan? So operation management, if you don't can differentiate between firstly yang cakap value added dengan non value added. Kan? Kalau buat something tu tak datang apa-apa pun, not become financial, tak become, nak cantik je. Pasang lansir baru untuk cantik. This is not value added. Kan? This part kalau pasang aircon. Okay, tak apa aircon, sebab because dia value added, sebab pasang aircon akan jadi fokus. Dulu buat paperwork 2, tapi pasang aircon akan jadi 3. So, adakah pasang lansir, kerja akan jadi lebih? Kan? So, your tile is actually is good, tak ada masalah pun. Elok je, tak ada apa-apa pun. Okay? So, why you need to change? Sebab kita ada bajet, nak cantikkan tempat, nak pasang tile. This is a non-value added. So, when people ask you about strategy and strategic, how you make it difference? Macam mana you nak comparekan antara strategic and dengan strategi? So in this slide, I hope so. Maybe you dah faham sebelum ni. Saya cuma nak perkemaskan that you can much understand about this term. So you are much easily, if you work in the industry, that this term always keep and keep using the words. So that's why you can adapt. More friendly in the industrial environmentals. Okay, environments, sorry. Okay, process and capacity design, how good your service produce, commit management to specific technology, quality, resource and investment. Okay, ni pun satu perkataan, that another words that you should be clear and understand, because in organization or industry always use this term, commitment and efforts. Where your commitments, where your efforts. Okay, commit is something like if you have, they give you specific tasks, you need to follow, you need to work on the specific task, you need to implement the task, follow the schedule, follow the process, follow the SOP. You need to commit. No excuse. You need commit. But in order to success a commit, you need to effort. Kan? Kita commit, tapi kena ada more efforts. Macam sekarang ni, you pergi kelas, commit pergi kelas. What else? You sekarang ni macam nak dah mula start to think about the kerjaya. You dah fikir dah, so nanti dalam masa 2 tahun lagi aku nak bekerja. So you dah start commit. In order untuk persiapan untuk bekerja, that this a commitment. You discipline, you wake up early, you do some routine, do some very good standards. Okay, jadi you need to have, you need to increase a number of network. Saya selalu cakap kat student, sekarang student adalah masa untuk you banyakkan berkawan. You need to have a lot of your friends. So try start berkawan dengan orang yang lagi tua pada kita, and tua setahun, 2 tahun, so that the people are already engaged dengan industri, and bercinta couple tu cerita lain. That this matter, that how that make it friends. Okay, so you can get what we call the indirect information from the experienced peoples. Okay, so that's why assignment yang minta you pergi industri sebab nak you berkawan. Lepas ni mungkin you interview syarikat A, syarikat Speedmart pun, at least you tahu, you kenal seorang dari Speedmart. So if you want to get some information, you have one people yang you boleh tanya. Cuba you tengok kat diri kita sekarang ni, bila kita nak dapatkan untuk kerjaya, your careers, so if you want to get some tip or information, you refer siapa? And refer mak dengan ayah lagi. It's good, itu the best person you need to refer. But in terms of improvement, and kita duduk 3 tahun dekat Tanjung Malim, okay, but suddenly bila you keluar jadi kerja, satu lecturer pun you tak tahu nak communicate. You tak tahu dengan siapa you nak refer, something like that. So lemahnya kita in terms of that networking, dan juga kita punya relationship tu. And so in this also that you should be commit lah. So you commit, but you need to plus effort lah. So when you commit plus efforts, so you can handling, and then you can also using the others technology part lah, quality resources and investment also. Location nearest to customer, supplier and talents. So that's why kalau you tengok Proton kan, this is the manufacturer Proton. So sebelah-sebelah dia tu semua vendors. Vendors is suppliers. So suppliers senang je hantar, oh tak ada skru, kayu basikal pun boleh. Bukanlah maksudnya dekat lah. It's something like very fast. If you want this matter, you can get this part easily because your supplier dekat-dekat je, something like that. And kalau we discuss in Tanjung Malim, you discuss in Tanjung Malim. Okay, this is your homework. Next week saya nak tanya you all, santai-santai lah tanya. Okay, saya bagi contoh kan. You need to give me satu jenis perniagaan yang lokasi dia strategik dan dia easy make a business. Saya bagi contoh kan. Minta respon kan, kalau saya salah diam you all semua kan. Okay, kita ada apa nama kedai kain dekat Tanjung Malim tu? The textile shop dekat traffic light Tanjung Malim tu? Jekyll Jekyll. Okay, Jekylls. So kalau tengok sebelah Jekyll ada apa? Anyone perasan tak? Beside Jekyll ada apa? Kalau saya silap lah, kawah tailor, betul tak? Kan? Orang yang apa kita panggil? Tukang jahit, kan? Kawah tailor. So orang beli kain sebelah, lepas tu hantar kain kat sebelah. Kawah tailor. Okay? That's really good in terms of location strategy. Okay, this Jekyll sebelah dia, betul-betul sebelah dia adalah kawah tailor. So if orang beli kain, ini apa yang saya faham, you buy the kain that you send to the kawah, nak buat baju kurung ke, baju Melayu ke, that's hantar kat sebelah je. Itu one example yang saya bagi hari ni. So next week, so before we start for the chapter 2, saya nak tanya. So satu group, setiap kumpulan, from your observation, apa yang you tengok location strategic, apa yang belajar operation lah, subjective matter, apa-apa pun tak kisah, tapi you looking that lokasi strategic tu is easy access. Macam kat sini lah, dia near customer, supplier, And consider boleh reducekan cost, infrastructure, logistik and government. I give one example. Okay. Dah tutup kedai ni. Dulu kalau you pergi dekat Proton City. Proton City Post Office. Proton City Post Office. Okay, kalau you pergi kat Proton Post Office tu, depan dia tu ada kedai. Saya ingat 5 langkah je. Depan menghadap. It's something like facing. So, kedai tu adalah kedai wife saya. Wife saya jual cotton apa dia panggil? Kain cotton kain cotton adalah, dan dia buat online 100, dia buat mostly online lah, 90% is online. So kalau nak post 5 langkah je, pejabat post 5 langkah, dan actually pejabat post in Proton City tak ada trafik, tak ramai orang pun. So siapa yang buat business online dia faham lah. If you have experience in business online, we always face a challenge in part of nak post barang kan. Kita nak cari masa, nak bawa start motor ke bawa kereta, so mileage punya cost and something like that. If the location 5 langkah pejabat pos, apa masalah dia? Because you have the good relationship. For example, pejabat pos tu tutup pukul 4 tau. Because kita duduk depan dia kata tak apalah kak, 4:30 pun tak apa sebab depan je tak ada masalah. That the two example in Tanjung Malim I give you. One tadi dekat Jekyll dengan Taylor, that another one yang saya cerita yang previously dah tak ada dah, kedai tu dah tutup dah. Kedai kain dengan jabat pos depan je. That two example in Tanjung Malim. So why bukan you pun duduk Tanjung Malim kan? Saya nak pergi tempat lain susah kan. You just kalau tak duduk kat Tanjung Malim pun tak apa, just think that in a location in Tanjung Malim, what you can see that the some of the very good strategy that the company set a business physical shop for example, because of easy access with customer, supplier, of course reduce cost of transportation and mileage, something like that. Okay? Boleh jam pun dah almost dah pukul ni. Saya rasa kita boleh we can stop for the first class. And again that I mentions that for other slide you need to refer by yourself. Bacalah pelan-pelan. It's okay, but because chapter 1 is actually the introduction for others chapter, and chapter 1 and chapter 2 is actually introduction for this subject as operation management. We start on specifically topic which is chapter 3. Okay, and then for your final exam pun I think that we start with the chapter 3. For chapter 1 and chapter 2 only purpose for quiz only, and chapter 1 and chapter 2 is actually more on quiz only. Okay, thank you very much for your time, for your commitment. So please make sure I hope so setiap ketua kumpulan kena pastikan nama yang nombor 1 jadi ketua kumpulan automatically. Siapa yang dalam kumpulan group 4 nombor 1 atas sekali tu is actually leader. If you want to change, you can change after this. I hope that leader will make sure that all team member will be join our class. Make sure dia datang lah. We can get the positive attendance. Please make sure lah. And okay, terima kasih banyak-banyak. So after this, I will be share this recording video. If you just join this group, I will be share again the slide, books, and then for the we call that assignments details. Okay, thank you very much. I'm sorry if I have something error, something is not proper, and for this sharing, I hope so everyone we can get more understanding, more meaningfuls for this subject in operation management. Will we increase our knowledge, we can apply. So time to time we need to improve and match it. So how we deal with people, how we deal with this subject, how we deal with the potentials industry. So that's very beneficial to us in order to improve ourselves daily by daily. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera semua.
Thank you, Doctor.
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 Doctor.
Yes.